What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. I am in Salvation Army. I am looking for things to sell on eBay, possibly Amazon, something to flip locally, trying to find anything. Here in this bag is some cables for a Xbox 360, I believe. They're off-brand. And I think there's another cable mixed in there. I decided to pass on that. You always got to check cables because some cables can go for 50, 60, over $100. Certain Bose cables, audio cables, all kinds of cables out there that are worth good money. It's good to learn which ones are good so you can spot them easily, because sometimes you just find boxes and boxes of cables and there could just be literally treasure in there. There's that fire engine that was 20 bucks and it was really beat up. It was missing the battery cover. So I just decided I didn't want to mess with it. Now if it was worth like $200, I don't even know if I'd want to mess with it just because it's so big and annoying and I have so many other large things to deal with right now. But I just bought some new cameras on the shelf, and one was a Minolta that looked pretty good, so I decided to look that up and see if I could sell that for any money. They did have $30 on it though, which is kind of high, but I looked it up. So I got out of Salvation Army and here's what I picked up. I got the Minolta X700 camera here. It's in really good shape. It's firing okay. So that's about the best I can test it. Still battery and film in there. It's got the lens still in the box there. It's in really good shape. And it has this Vivitar lens. I don't know if that's going to be worth anything. I don't think too much, but I'll sell it with the camera. It's got the paperwork here. So there was a price of 30 bucks on it and I wasn't going to buy it, but I figured I can probably get 120 bucks, especially with the extra lens and the condition. So I figured I'd go ahead and buy it, so I'd just pay up a little bit. When I went up there, the price tag was gone. I guess it fell off. I told the cashier I thought it was 30 bucks. I don't know what happened to the tag, so she just charged me 20. So it worked out for me in the end. So I only paid $20 for it. I should be able to sell it for 120, I believe. Should be a fairly quick seller. This is a popular camera, so I will take it. Making my way in Goodwill, checking the toy area, trying to find some of those Jurassic World figures that I have an obsession with. Haven't found any in a while. I did find like a really low value one, but other than that, I haven't found any large Jurassic World or Jurassic Park figures. But there's still so many other toys and games to look for, so I just don't look for that. I'm just looking for anything interesting, anything that looks high value. Legos, of course, are great. Those are the Duplo in there, not as great. You see someone already ripped that open where Goodwill had it taped and seen that they weren't Legos. And this Goodwill prices Legos really high. They probably would have priced that at $40, $50 if it was filled with Legos. There's a Rogue One Star Wars figure. Probably came from like Walmart clearance or Target clearance, and just doesn't really have a lot of value. I think they had $5 on it. I didn't want to mess with that. There's just a random Apex DVD player. DVD players don't do too well. Challenger. This is like one of those disc cameras. I've never found one that's actually worth money. I think there's like a Sony model or two that may be worth picking up. But other than that, they really don't sell for much at all. Nobody wants them. Some Ponyville. My Little Ponyville toys for 99 cents. Those could have been good to lot up, but I didn't feel like really messing with them. There's probably just a few dollars profit, if anything, in there. Looking at the small appliances, you can always buy those and part them out and make some money that way too. And there's some brands that do very well in small appliances. So while I was out, I came across a yard sale, and of course I stopped. And I get there, I'm like, oh, this one looks pretty good. And I come over here trying to find some deals, and the lady over here was right in the way of something I seen on the table. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but I realized when editing this video that I run into her all the time, and she's always in my way. But can you see it over there? There's some electronics. I don't think you can see what really caught my eye, really got me excited, and I just wanted to throw her out of the way. You can see it there. It's a Sega Saturn. So I decided to stop the filming and look this stuff up. Been in a couple places and starting to find some stuff. I'll have to go over it when I get home though, because just too cumbersome to do inside the car. But I'm going to go to two more Goodwills. Oh no, just one more Goodwill and a church-based thrift store. See if we can find anything there. I have made it back home. Let me go over what I got this morning that I haven't shown you. I believe I actually showed the camera, right? That was one of the few things I did show while I was out in the car. But anyway, the yard sale I went to, here is what I got. I picked up this Zenith solid state radio here. This was $2. It's in really clean condition, and it looks like in this condition I will be able to sell it for around $40 plus shipping. Some of the comps, it's actually a pretty good seller. So I'm glad I looked it up. Almost was like, it's probably only gonna be like $20, $25. I really don't want to mess with any electronics, but hey, I might as well pick that up for $2 and make some money. Those things are easy to test anyway. And then Sega Saturn here. First time I found a Sega Saturn in the wild, I think. It does not have any controllers. There was a Sega Genesis controller sitting there, and wow, that D-pad is not good. Whew. Anyway, yeah, I paid $2 for that. I grabbed the controller. There's no power supply or anything like that. No games, unfortunately. Actually, it has an old Goodwill sticker on it, if you can see there. It's not going to focus, but it says $4.99. So this came from Goodwill. It was $4.99 at one point. I don't expect this thing to work. And I thought I was kind of getting ripped off. I seen this Walkman, and I said, how much for this? He said $2, so I said, sure. Then when I went to pay for it, the woman said, hey, you know this doesn't work, right? I said, oh, really? I didn't know. And I already handed her the money, and I said, yeah, I'll just pass on that then. And she says, well, take it. I'll give you $1 back. So she just kind of handed me $1 and said, we don't want it. Maybe you can fix it or something. So I'm like, okay, I got a good deal on the other stuff. I wasn't going to argue. So I went ahead and paid $1 for this. And I looked it up. It's actually a good model. If this thing works, maybe it does work by some miracle. If it works, it'll sell for $50. But it still sells for $25 for parts and repair. So still going to make money on it at $1. So I guess it's not so bad that I paid $1 for it. Moving over to the Goodwill finds, I picked up Ultimate Alliance 2 for $360. About $15 for this. It's in really good condition. Paid $3 for it. Picked up this Sealed Pest game. I don't know, this wasn't on Amazon, at least when I scanned the UPC. Maybe there's a different UPC for it on Amazon. I haven't checked thoroughly. And it looked like there's a couple on eBay that haven't sold for like, I think it was $40 or something. So for $5, I went ahead and picked it up. Worst case scenario, I add it to my game collection. So I do think there's going to be some money involved in that at $5 sealed. And also I picked up these shoes. I was very hesitant about picking up these Asics because they're in kind of dirty shape. I think they'll clean up a little bit. But I picked them up because when I looked them up, there wasn't hardly any competition online. And they are like track shoes, like disc throwing shoes or something. So they're kind of special. And all the ones, well, there's more sold than there are listed right now. The only ones that were listed, I think, were new for like $50 or something. So, you know, I'm probably going to price these at about $30 and see if they move. Actually, I may price them lower, just a better chance to move them. They are a larger size. What size were they? I'm not even going to take the time to look right now. But they're a little bit of a larger size, which tend to do better. Over here, I picked up this cool John Deere Nothing Runs Like a Deer vintage hat. It is very clean condition, and some of these hats can go for hundreds of dollars. This one right here, I don't think is as good of one. It's like, what is that, Nissan? It looked like that brand was not selling as well. I believe this logo is from the 60s, maybe 70s. They changed their logo over the years. I'll have to do some more research. But quick glance, minimum I'm going to sell this hat for $20 because it looked like one exactly like this did sell for $20. It's really strange because if you get like the K Products hat in this era, in the 60s, 70s, they can easily go for $100, $200 depending on which hat it is. So it's strange that like this one won't do as well. I'm not sure. Maybe this is a collector's market. Maybe they're more rare. Maybe these are everywhere. They're super mass produced. I really don't know. I'm probably going to price this at $20 plus shipping and do an auction for probably, I don't know, maybe a week or two, just to see, you know, if it's secretly worth something that I'm not aware of. Because something like this, there's so many different variations of these John Deere hats, and it's really confusing why some of them from different time periods go for hundreds and some only sell for like $15, $20. So, you know, if no one bids on it and or wants it, it's not a popular hat, then, you know, I'll just do it, set it as a buy it now for $20 until someone comes along that wants it. That's how I'll deal with that. Camera, I think that was a good pickup. I picked up this, Shrieks and Creeks. I looked it up on eBay. It looked like they were selling pretty consistently for around $30. It looked like one sold for $40 plus shipping. Open it up. It looks like everything's clean and possibly complete. If it's not complete, I think I'll still make money just selling the cassette for like 15 bucks. And then probably money in the other parts also. But yeah, Halloween's creeping up. So I'll use some nice keywords like Halloween party game, stuff like that to try to get, you know, people to come across it that maybe not even looking for it. So yeah, I went and picked it up. And then the last thing I picked up this morning were these shot glasses, and I'm kind of confused about them. You see, they're themed. They're Hard Rock Cafe shot glasses. You got Houston, you got Nashville, Louisville. You got all kinds of different locations here. This one's actually just mine. I have them sitting in this tray so I can move them around easy. But yeah, I picked up 12 of these. They were $1 a piece. You see some of them have price tags still. They haven't been used, from $9. They're hard to find. I noticed, like, if you search for shot glasses and you have a space in between, like, none of them come up. Then I started searching for shot glasses, no space in between, and I started finding a few. There's different versions, I guess, like version 13, version 17. But they do seem to be, some of them selling for $15, $20. But a lot of them I can't find. Like, you'll find maybe one from Houston, but it's not that design, and it'll sell for $15, $20. So I really don't know how well these are going to sell. I'm probably just going to lot them up because I really don't want to sell these individually. So I'll probably just make a lot of, like, I don't know, just all of them here, 12 of them. Maybe try to get somewhere between $80 and $100. I don't know, maybe, I don't know if auction would be, no, auction wouldn't be good on that because I doubt too many people are looking for lots of these. Somebody would end up getting a good deal. So I'll probably just, I'm happy to get $80. I got $12 in them all. I'd be happy just to get $80. Again, worst case scenario, I could just keep them myself, even though, you know, I don't know when I'd ever use them. I guess maybe I should try to have a party. Anyone want to come over and have a bit of a party with me? Let me know. We'll drink out of the Hard Rock Cafe shot glasses. But anyway, a pretty relaxing morning. Pretty good finds. Should make some decent money. Sega Saturn, unfortunately, who knows? I might buy a cable and try to test that. But for $2, I wasn't going to leave it sitting at that garage sale. Really unfortunate they didn't have the games, but yeah. That's going to do it for the video, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button, be subscribed, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, flipping_junk. You don't want to miss my exciting finds I find throughout the week and all my exciting content. Be subscribed. This has been Wick. Till next time.